Reaction. Abra, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us. What is the mood like, but most importantly, the reaction from political parties?
Hi, well, that's what we're going to find out right now. The bulk of the MPs, leaders of opposition parties, are all still in the House because the National Assembly is sitting. It is still question time to the Deputy President. So we basically are calling them to try to come out of the House when they can. And luckily, we have Reverend Kenneth Meshoe of the ACDP, who did oblige and who came out of the House to come give us his reaction to what just happened a few minutes ago. Reverend, thank you so much for leaving the National Assembly and coming to speak with us. What is your initial reaction to the President's Cabinet reshuffle announcement today?
The initial reaction on behalf of the ACDP is one of disappointment. There is a minister in Cabinet who's facing possible charges of perjury by the name of Bathabile Dlamini. We thought the President would want to clear the smoke around this minister by removing her. And also, she has not performed well. We know what SASA, the mess that she left SASA in. So it is the first disappointment. The second disappointment, we have a minister that has been promoted, Nomvula Nkonyane, who now is the Minister of Environmental Affairs. Now, the minister who took over, Nkwinti, who took over from Minister Nkonyane in the Department of Water and Sanitation, says the department was a mess. He used the word mess. So now when you have a minister who has failed in one department and they are promoted or redeployed to another department, I do not know what made the President to think that a person who is incapable will become capable just because they are in another department. So it is a disappointment for us. Now, a plus that we can give the President is that he merged two departments. We have been complaining about a bloated cabinet. So it is a step in the right direction to merge the Department of Communication and also Postal Services. But we are not sure. I'm not sure whether the new minister, Stella Ndabeni-Abrahams, is the correct person because of the challenges that, in particular, the Department of Communication is facing. As you know, that the SABC is also in a mess. One would expect somebody who's more experienced, more mature in running a department successfully to be given this very challenging task. But it has been given to somebody who has not proved herself in a department that was failing, and then it turned around. So I'm not sure. We wish she succeeds, but I'm not sure whether she's the right person for the department.
She does, of course, fit the criteria of a generational mix, being one of the younger MPs. Being one of the younger cabinet members.
I agree with that, but she should have been given another department, not this one that has so many challenges. SABC, where are you going to start? You know, she should have been given a department that's easier to handle. I'm not sure which one, but the communications department is one of the most challenging. And postal services. How many people are complaining about letters that have been in the post office for more than 2 years? You know, so there is a mess in this department that she has been given responsibility over, and I'm not sure whether she's going to succeed. If you pray for her, maybe she might.
Reverend, can I ask you to speculate? This wasn't really so much of a cabinet reshuffle. It was just about filling vacancies, essentially. And as you mentioned, you are disappointed because of a specific minister who still remains in the cabinet. You're not the only person who feels that way. If you look at social media, there were people who were drawing up wish lists, if you could call them that. Why do you think the President chose to retain certain people? Do you think he's just acting within his playing field right now?
I think about Bathabile Dlamini, it could be because she's the president of the Women's League. You know that slogan, Tintomfazi, Tintombogot, you know? So women maybe could have been insulted and offended if she was removed. So she's not kept there because of her capabilities, but because the president wants the support of women. And it is unfortunate that wanting to get the support of women has come before proper service delivery to the people. So that's the only reason I can think of why the president could keep Bathabile Dlamini in his cabinet.
Reverend, thank you so much for your time. Well, there you have it. That was Reverend Kenneth Meshoe, President of the ACDP. We are waiting for other MPs and party leaders to be coming to our studio here at the SABC in Parliament to give us their views and reactions on the President's announcement. And as they do arrive, we will be crossing back to you in the studio.